China likes to live in a bubble. It's a different world behind the Great Wall, one that believes that China is a superpower and at the center of the earth. Well, this alternative reality is a carefully constructed facade, built by the propaganda machine of Xi Jinping. The Chinese call it the new era. It was a thought floated by President Xi 2 years ago, when he was unanimously handed a second term. Kicking it off, Xi Jinping said that China has now stood up, grown rich, become strong, and is moving towards the center stage. The statement was a declaration. Xi Jinping announced to the world that China wants a greater role on the world stage. Well, tonight on Gravitas, we'll bust China's facade. We'll give you a measure of where China really stands on the world stage and how its expansionist agenda has upended the international rules-based order. Xi Jinping had once said, China will never seek hegemony or engage in expansion, but this map punctures that claim. We can name at least 10 countries that China has a dispute with as of today, and they range from diplomatic tussles to territorial claims. The United States and Australia are fighting a trade war with China. India is engaged in a border standoff. There are multiple flashpoints on the high seas, the South China Sea, the East China Sea, where China is caught up in a dispute with at least 7 countries. The list of disputes is much longer, but China buys the silence of many countries. And that brings us to the second map. This one is about the Chinese money trap. We could count more than 80 countries, 80, that now owe money to the dragon. China is the world's biggest creditor, too big to fail, but ready to repossess smaller countries when they can't keep up with debt repayment. Our third map should give you a fair bit of an idea where China really stands on the world stage. Not at the center of the world, as Xi Jinping would have you believe, but in the dock. On your screen is a list of more than 60 countries that first pushed for a probe into the Wuhan virus outbreak and its origins. They were the first to sign the resolution at the World Health Organization, forcing China to agree too. That list has grown since. More than 100 countries now support an independent inquiry into China's response to the Wuhan virus outbreak. Chinese propaganda claims it's already a superpower, ready to take over global institutions and reshape the world. But the growing disputes, the debt traps, and demands to make China pay tell us one thing: China cannot impose its rule on the world.